A day before our game against Southampton, couple days after our win against Liverpool. This is your preview. Ten Hag has had his press conference, and of course it was the Europa League draw, and I will bring the results of that to you as well, with a favorable draw for us in our group, and of course throughout the tournament, shall I say. But I will speak about that later on in the video. Of course, it has also been confirmed that Casemiro is fit, and as you see in the thumbnail, Martial is injured. He is out for tomorrow's game, and that in itself is a blow to us and of course to Erik ten Hag and the squad and the team as to how they and he would like to play. But of course, subscribe to the channel, please. My goal is 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And of course, drop a like on the video. It does help, and I am much appreciative of the support that you do give the channel. So let's get into it without further ado. Of course, Ten Hag has confirmed that Martial is out with an Achilles injury, and he was asked if there will be any changes for tomorrow's game, and he said, "You will see tomorrow. I will tell the team first, and Anthony Martial is not fit." He said about the team spirit, "The spirit is already good, but now it is even better. But it's only one game, so we have to build further. We have to develop, and I think everyone is aware of that." Furthermore, he was asked about Casemiro, as I said, and he said, "Casemiro is fit. He did all the training sessions. Martial came out with a problem in his Achilles. I hope he will be available for the next game." Ten Hag also said that we are talking about players, and he said Phil Jones, who is not available, and he does not know whether he will go out in this window. He was also spoken about the performance and the type of standard that has been set by the players since the win against Liverpool. And he said, "We need to have a high standard. It's a demand to the group. Now they see what the reward is. So we have to match the runs in and out of possession. We need runs and movement if you want more or less than the same approach." Furthermore, he was also said, Martial being out, can that be a problem to him in the long run? It is now clear that we cannot depend on him as a number 9 for Manchester United. He leaves us with a problem in terms of consistency and also not being available for selection. And that in itself tells us we need to get forward signings in. Now, of course, we are looking at Anthony. We have raised an offer for Anthony, but will Ajax accept the offer? We're still not 100% sure, because they can say no and keep Anthony. Yes, he might be upset by staying at the club, but that in itself is a problem for us. We need an attacker to come in. Cody Gakpo, another one. We are expected via Mike Verwey, he said, to have a 50 million euro offer for him. Now, whether we do that or not remains to be seen. But all our focus and everyone's focus is on Southampton. The Glazers are once again winning because everyone has gone quiet in the fan base. Nobody seems to be saying that we still need to get them out. The protests have gone quiet. Social media drive in terms of Glazers out has gone quiet. And it takes one win against Liverpool. It literally took one particular signing in Casemiro to come in to completely silence some of our supporters in the Manchester United fan base with regards to Glazers out. And that in itself is a problem. Yes, we're looking ahead to Southampton tomorrow, and that is the team's focus, it is the coach's focus, but we need to get the Glazers out. It's amazing what happened after we lost to Brentford. We were literally linked to 5 players and talking about having 5 signings and 300 million being able to be spent. And now all of a sudden, we've slowed down on certain deals. People are pulling out. We're looking at Newcastle's second choice goalkeeper in Martin Dubravka on a loan deal. I don't understand how that is an even option. We let Dean Henderson go. We might as well have kept him to compete with the gear like Ole did. It's no different to getting Dubravka than having Henderson competing with David de Gea. But Casemiro himself needs to start. Yes, he's the main focus, but again, the Glazers are winning. They are somehow again fooling a part of the Manchester United fan base by making them quiet, getting the Glazers out. It's a week left basically before the transfer window closes. Is Ten Hag going to get the right back, the backup goalkeeper, and the two forwards and an extra midfielder that he wants? I don't think so. I don't think we're going to get any more signings other than Anthony and maybe a backup goalkeeper. I don't think we're getting another right back. I don't think we're getting another midfielder. And I don't think we're getting another attacker with Anthony. And that is a problem. Look at it yourself. Martial is injured. We get Anthony comes into play on the right wing. Who replaces Martial when he's injured like he is today? Ronaldo, of course, can start. But what if Ronaldo leaves? There's reports of him, George Mendes' agent, from via Sky Sports, saying that he could be on his way to Napoli and in a swap deal for Victor Osimhen to come to us. It sounds far-fetched, but it's Sky Sports, it's reliable. And is it something that we can depend upon? Getting someone like Victor Osimhen in? If it happens, it happens. That will be one of the craziest transfer turnarounds I've seen in days. And if Ronaldo wants to leave to go play Champions League football, then fine, fair, we have to accept that. But if he stays, then that's a bonus for us because we know he's going to start tomorrow against Southampton. Surely, Martial injured, he will have to start. I don't think Rashford will play up front. I don't think Elanga will be starting. And speaking of starting, I might as well give my prediction of a starting 11. Of course, the gear in goal. Martinez and Varane has to start yet again. There cannot be any other centre-back partnership that starts. Of course, Bailly has gone to Olympique Marseille on loan. And that obviously means that Martinez and Varane needs to be the number one centre-back partnership. And Maguire and Lindelof are going to have to work to get back in the team, which will be a huge, huge task for them. Malacia definitely needs to start again at left back because of his absolute dominance against Mohamed Salah and Alexander-Arnold. So he should start ahead of Shaw again tomorrow. And right back, of course, Delô. Likewise, he had a brilliant game against Luis Diaz and Robertson. And in midfield, I definitely want to see Casemiro, Eriksen, and Bruno. It has to be. We can trust Casemiro to play as a number 6 alone, like he did at Real Madrid, with having Kroos next to him, and of course Modric being that basic box-to-box number 10. And with us, it will be simply Casemiro being in that number 6, Eriksen being alongside him, basically being a box-to-box, but more of a connector, trying to be the link between the midfield and the attack. And of course, Bruno more forward. I do believe that will mean that he is leaving. But because Martial is injured, like I said, he will be starting tomorrow. So it's going to be an interesting game. Definitely Southampton will probably play similar to the way Brentford played. They will try and press us. They will try and catch us out while we're playing out from the back. And they will, of course, try and capitalize on any mistakes that we make. But we've seen Martinez to be cool under pressure when he has the ball at his feet. We've seen Rafael Varane as well, able to play the ball well out from the back. And with Casemiro covering and surely being an engine in our midfield, we will have a much better team and we might have a much better performance. But the consistency needs to be there between the Liverpool game and to today's game. Those who have joined, please subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video. It does help and I'm really much appreciative of the support that you give the channel. My name is Sashin and I do this on a regular, speaking about Manchester United and its transfer news as well. But I want to point out now one particular thing that I find quite concerning. So Martial starts tomorrow. That's good. Martial is out tomorrow and Ronaldo starts, in my opinion, and should start tomorrow. But what if we have another game and Martial is out for more than one game? Can Ronaldo play more than one game, 5 games in a row, with his age and with his persona? I don't think so. Not in this type of play and style of play that Ten Hag wants to embed and instill within the team. We need another attacker in. This is why we need more signings. We need 2 attackers in. Anthony and Gakpo would be the obvious choices for that, because Gakpo can play as a winger and he can play as a striker and has proven this at PSV Eindhoven. We need another midfielder in. There has been a report saying by a sport that Frankie de Jong has started discussing Manchester United's offer and is open to joining Manchester United. And because Barcelona cannot register Jules Koundé yet and they are struggling to do so, there might be a chance for us to still get Frankie de Jong. As long as the transfer window is open, there is always a chance of getting him. But it remains to be seen whether the Glazers will, shall I say, put their money where their mouth is and cough up the money for Frankie de Jong and just get the number 8 that we truly need in our team. But another midfielder is needed. We need another right back to come in and compete, a goalkeeper to come in and compete with David de Gea. So 5 signings is what he wants. Will he get it? We'll have to wait and see. Southampton tomorrow will be a tough game. We have to be with the same intensity we played against Liverpool. We have to apply that against Southampton tomorrow. And like Ten Hag said, the reward is there. If the team plays exactly the same way they did against Liverpool, we will win Southampton and we can look at 6 points from 2 games. And that can be a good springboard for confidence and for rhythm and for the team to start gelling and becoming more and more confident with Ten Hag's style of play. And that in itself will lead us into a good season. Now, for a moment, I just want to speak about the Europa League quickly and the group that we basically got. And let me just be honest and fair with regards to this. In my opinion, the only competition we have is Real Sociedad. The other 2 teams is FC Sheriff Tiraspol and Omonoia FC from Cyprus. And Tiraspol is basically a Moldova club, not in Moldova, but in a small town just off Moldova. So it's us, Real Sociedad, FC Sheriff Tiraspol, and Omonoia FC. Now, that in itself is a group that we should be being on top of by the end of the group stages. And furthermore, in the draw, the likes of Arsenal, AS Roma, Monaco, PSV Eindhoven are the only competition that I see to give us maybe a competition in competing for the Europa League. But in my opinion, the final should be our aim. Nothing less than reaching the final would be a success in the Europa League. Whether it be against Arsenal or AS Roma, Mourinho, etc. The Europa League final should be our aim. And if we don't get to the Europa League final, in my opinion, that's a failure in Europe for us with the squad that we do have and with the likes of the teams that I have seen and that I've mentioned in the group with, shall I say, FC Sheriff Tiraspol and Omonoia FC, we should be able to do well in this year's Europa League, especially if we get the likes of Anthony in and, as I said, perhaps a Cody Gakpo with PSV not being in the Champions League. He has said to be wanting to move to play under Erik ten Hag and play in the Premier League for Manchester United. Guys, it's Southampton and we should get a win. I think we are capable enough to perform well like we did against Liverpool, and we are able to get a win and potentially a clean sheet with Rafael Varane and Martinez and of course Malacia and Delo and De Gea as a back 5. Thank you for joining me. My name is Sashin. Subscribe to the channel. Please drop a like on the video if you haven't done so. It definitely helps the channel out. I thank you for your support. Have a wonderful weekend further and enjoy the game tomorrow against Southampton. Bye bye, Red Devils.